in the very early 90s, in 1991, there was a group of artists who lived in 42 Clarion, which is this is now a big ugly loft building. It used to be a warehouse. They painted on their own building and then started asking other people who lived in these buildings and owned some of these buildings whether they could paint murals. So they kind of were involved in creating this community art project where they invited people who lived in the neighborhood, and sometimes artists who were coming through, but a lot of the art from the first 10 or so years was very much about representing the district, the mission. Since 91, it evolved over years. The people involved, some of them ended up moving out. They ended up being evicted in 1998, I think, was the first block party. We kept it going for a while, and then it's been having more struggles in the past, you know, four years. But yeah, then the last year we tried to have the block party. The Mission Police Station was very concerned, therefore we had to pay almost $1,000 extra to pay for cops to come through the block party and give people tickets. This is for a one-day event, and we had never had to do that before. We had never had any incidences of violence or anything. They kind of made it difficult. But yeah, it just kind of indicates the whole shift in the mission. The last year we had the block party, we were told by the police that out of, 20-something complaints, almost all of them came from that one building.
Which is like a new condo.
Which is a new condo that, that came up in the middle of a pre-existing kind of community. And I think a lot of us were frankly offended. In that context, there are people, Megan Wilson, Jet, and a bunch of other people who have been involved in the block party and the project for about 10 years who are trying to have it somehow come back. The thing with the block party also was that it was just a changeover in the administration in the police department. So the captain changed at Mission Police Station, and so the previous captain knew about the history of the block. The new person just didn't, and it allowed the underlings to kind of prevent it from going forward.
Well, I mean, we just live here, we live, work, and play here, and we're trying to just help people be informed in a way that's not super dogmatic. Passive engagement is what I'm calling it. So
which hopefully leads to active engagement.
Yeah, but
you don't force people.
We don't want to be passive. It's just the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have to start where people are at. It's a problem that's probably happening for lots of groups around the city, where community-based groups, nonprofits, groups that are kind of not necessarily very wealthy or connected, are having a hard time making these kind of projects happen.
Coming up March 8th at the Knockout, featuring Nathan Grice and Big No from San Francisco and Tiger House from Portland. March 8th at the Knockout. We'll see you.